She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as she stays with me. She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as I stay queen. Kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips, kiss, kiss Molly's lips. Hey, Mean Matt here, and yes, I'm finally gonna do it. Talk about Bound for Glory, which happened a while ago, and from what I saw, it looked like a good show. And so, yeah, we've got a pre-show here. We have the Elegance Brand versus Inspiration. I was gonna say Iconic. Same thing, but anyways, let's get to it. We got Pipsqueak talking right now. Well, Tyson have won, and yeah, retaining the TNA championships, tag team championships, I should say knockouts, but whatever. This was a good match. And speaking of knockouts, obviously, the Hall of Fame started before this match with the Beautiful People, of course, Angelina Love, and Velvet Sky, and then of course James was there being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame, which was awesome. And yeah, from a lot of people, Awesome Khan, Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Tracy Brooks, like, awesome to hear from those guys, but yeah, well deserved. But yeah, that was the pre-show, and yeah, we will be right back with the actual show. See you later. Well, this first match obviously was talked about. Steve Maclin versus Frankie Kazarian, and yeah, this is the TNA International Championship. And we have the Marine Corps playing Steve Maclin out, which I think is awesome. And this is going to be a good match too. So, yeah, here we go. Bound for Glory. Well, the reign is over. Yeah, this was a good match. I mean, Angel's Wings, a tribute to Christopher Daniels. Tom did a shout out to WWE by talking about the tributes, you know, here and in Australia, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, there was a slingshot cutter by Maclin, and yeah, Steve picked up the win and is now the new international champion, which I think is pretty cool. There was a point where Frankie got into it with Steven's mother, which happens. That was pretty interesting, but yeah, this was a good match, and we'll be back in a sec. Well, it's Tessa Blanchard versus Gia Miller. I don't know if Gia was a wrestler at some point, but alright. She's defending her honor, but is she as annoying as she is as a commentator? Who knows? As a wrestler, I don't know. Let's see what happens, but yeah. Anyway. Jezebel. I'm actually really impressed. I mean, I didn't know Gia was a wrestler. I just looked it up actually, and yeah, she teamed up with Ace Austin in 2020, I guess. Didn't necessarily remember that part, but yeah. And then she wrestled on the Independents. But yeah, this was awesome, really cool. You know, Asa Wildstreak did the Lou Thesz Prez. We have Tessa, who was gonna have her in the corner, giving her some punches, and Gia basically almost did like a power bomb, but Tessa got in all quarters and punched her in the face, getting the win. Shit. Anyways, yeah, very impressed actually, and pretty hot in my opinion. So who knows if she's gonna continue wrestling or not, but we'll see. And now we have Call Your Shot Gauntlet, an annual Bound for Glory tradition, a new gender battle royal, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Obviously, they always are. But here we go. Bullshit indeed. I mean, you know, first is Brett and Lex, and Batista and John, and look at this. Yeah. Obviously, this isn't like a regular Royal Rumble. The last two can do pinfalls, and Nemeth and Kazarian both had their shoulders down, so they both are the winners, I guess. So that's, yeah. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure there was nothing but whatever. I kinda have to watch TNA regularly, but I just tend to forget. Not because it's a bad show, it's just... Anyways, we'll be right back. Knockouts titles on the line. We got Kalani Jordan versus Indy Hartwell. Again, we got NXT's past versus NXT's present. And I mean, yes, Indy Hartwell just came into the company of TNA, but honestly, it's kind of cool to see this match. And I know that there's this whole crossover thing happening right now. Kalani Jordan is from NXT. But, yeah, anyways, I mean, this should be a good match, and I'm sure it was. But, both good wrestlers. So let's see what happens. I mean, there's a couple of reversals. I heard it's donut. Not my favorite kind of donut. From Indy. But yeah, Kalani Jordan ended up retaining. It's too bad. Just because I think Indy could have had the title, but we'll see what happens in the future. I don't know what happened this past week, but anyways, there it is. Kalani Jordan retains the Knockouts title. So, oh, we have a hardcore war. We've got Mustafa Ali and the Order 4 versus the System. This is gonna be awesome, man. I mean, I don't see a lot of these on TNA, but you know how I feel about these matches. They're exciting, that's for sure. But yeah, Order 4 versus the System. It's time for war. I mean, yeah, cheers matches, you had kendo sticks. I mean, Alicia and Tasha Steelz really beat the shit out of each other with that. You had barbed wire. There was a point where Alicia and Tasha were in the ring. Tasha had a barbed wire bat, I think. Can't remember. And, oh no, Tasha had a, yeah, and then Alicia had a bag of thumbtacks. She pours it into the ring. And you go back and forth, but then John Skyler comes in and he power bombs, or yeah, I think it was power bombs, Alicia into the thumbtacks, and yeah, then Mustafa Ali comes in and takes another bag and pours it on Alicia. It's thumbtacks. Alicia was really earning her money in this match, but then Eddie basically defended his wife, and yeah, the system won. And it was the style of like a battle royal. They each came out, and yeah, very good match. I really enjoyed it, but there it is. I'll be back with you in a sec. Well, we have the X Division title as promised. Javon Evans will take on the champion Leon Slater. And both these guys, as Kyle and I have said, are young, they're hungry, they're very, very impressive in my opinion. And they put on stellar matches. Obviously, the last one was awesome. But yeah, Javon is challenging for the title. This should be awesome too. And I feel like it's going to be another one of those matches in the night. So far, this show is amazing in my opinion. But here we go. This was an awesome match, honestly. And I mean, look, you have back and forth, you have close calls, you got reversals. Anything that you wanted, it was right there. And then it got counted out. But then Santino comes out and he's like, nope, you want 5 more minutes? The crowd goes crazy. So they go back in the ring. Bell rings. Fucking Dark State. And I know Kyle mentioned this too. I think it was our Facebook live chat. And I was like, yeah, anyways. That's bullshit. But anyhow, I think maybe they had a match on Thursday or whatever. But yeah, this is dumb. I'll be back in a sec. Well, got the TNA title on the line. Santana will take on Chip Williams. And if you know, you know. What a interesting match this will be. Oh, it's Chris Bay. Hold on a sec. 707,094. That's not the... I want to say that before I forget. But, I mean, Chris Bay, one hell of a guy, and he looks good. Honestly, he does. From the last time he appeared on TNA, it looks like... I'm not even sure. Well, actually, looks like we have to take team titles. The Hardys versus Team 3D. And this should look like an awesome match. And I mean, I know it was, and I know how emotional it was, but I want to see this show for myself and review it, because I know that I didn't. But anyways, something is missing. Oh yeah. Bing! Alright. Well, let's go. started off right away as 3D. You had the Was Up, which I haven't seen in a while. You had Jeff Hardy on the ladder, jumping off and crashing into there's Devon on the table. And Matt Hardy got up through a table on the outside. Then they were in the ring. There was a table, and Matt and Jeff were standing in front of Bully, and he turns around and he has this sad expression on his face, almost like a Ric Flair in 2000, well, WrestleMania 24. And the Hardys put their chairs down. They put Bully Ray through a table for the win. Kind of feel like you knew that the Dudleys, Team 3D, were not going to win. You knew that. But shit, you know, that was awesome. And then the ending where they embraced, and then the Dudleys, they took their boots off and they handed them to the Hardys and laughed, and well, they raised their hands, and it was fucking terrible to see that feud, just to see the end of it. But the fact that I just saw the Dudleys, well, it was Devon's YouTube channel with Maven, and talking about their career, talking about a lot of stuff, and just knowing for myself another end of an era. And I know that teenage boy in a wheelchair 25 years ago, never in a million years thought in 2025 this match was gonna happen. But thank you guys, thank you Devon, thank you Bubba Ray, Bully Ray. Enjoy retirement. Well, it's main event time, so Trick Williams versus Mike Santana. And if you know, look at, like, obviously this has already happened. I just haven't watched it, but I do know what happened. I just want to see this for myself, and I've said that before too. But what an awesome match! What an awesome throwback! And it's always hard to see your favorite wrestlers or wrestlers in general retire, because that's a piece of your youth. But anyways, we'll be right back. Well, Genesis 2026 is gonna be in Dallas. Wow, that's gonna be an interesting. I'm not sure where Hard to Kill is. Actually, I'm not sure, but at least we know where Genesis is gonna be. But anyways, this was like, man, this happened just rather quickly, and they went back and forth, makeup, busted open, and there was a lot of close calls as well, like spin the bottle, you have the trick shot, you have a lot of these moves and a lot of close call parries, but at the end of the day, obviously, you have another spin the bottle, and Mike Santana, your new TNA World Champion, the first Puerto Rican-born TNA Champion. And I mean, this was cool because we have TNA with their rightful titles, and that's the way it should be. I understand you have TNA and NXT or WWE, whatever you want, in this crossover thing, but like, I don't know. I'm glad it is what it is now, and there was a point where Trick was getting in Mike's daughter's face and she slaps him. Well, it was more like a paintbrush, but yeah. And then after the match, she gets into the ring and celebrates with Mike, and feel-good story. This was a feel-good show, to be honest with you. Yes, it's an end of an era, obviously, but yeah, this was an awesome show. And yeah, so anyways, for me and Matt, well, it's been another play-by-play, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. I don't think that's the case at all. If you look at some of this earlier interviews,